Welcome to Newark, Delaware, not Newark, Newark. It is the third largest city in the state and is home to the Furthest SEPTA Station from City Hall in Center City, Philadelphia. This is the final stop. Everybody must leave the train. Newark Station, originally built north of the tracks in 1877 by the Philadelphia, Wilmington, and Baltimore Railroad, is now a historic landmark operated by the Newark Historical Society. The station building was closed in 1970, and preservation began in 1987 after the city of Newark acquired and began restoring it. It now serves as a museum and a waiting room for people taking southbound Amtrak trains. SEPTA, Philadelphia's transit provider, extended its commuter-oriented service to Newark in 1997, enhancing commuter access to Philadelphia. In 2012, federal grants funded upgrades to transform the South Side into a multimodal hub, with a new station building and an ADA-accessible platform, bike parking, expanded car parking facilities, and a pedestrian bridge over the tracks. Alright, so it's actually pretty cool. This is the main road here. I believe it's called South College Avenue. If not, I'll put the correct one on screen. But there's a direct stairway to the platform, which is pretty useful rather than have to going all around and all around back. Along with all those outdoor improvements, a proper station building was constructed that has restrooms, departure screens, and somewhere away from the heat of the summer and the cold of the winter. All of this construction was completed in 2020. All right, let's do a bathroom review, and I turned on the water. Nice. So, smells good. Everything looks clean. Not bad. This building was opened a few years ago, so I'd expect it to be pretty nice. Rail track infrastructure next to the station was also updated. This updated infrastructure makes it possible to connect SEPTA with a future MARC extension, linking Newark to Baltimore and Washington, D.C. MARC is Maryland's commuter rail service. It also allows for more capacity between Newark and Wilmington. In May 2024, the Delaware legislature renamed Newark Station in honor of Senator Tom Carper, recognizing his significant contributions to passenger rail investments in the state of Delaware. When I lived in Delaware over a summer, I visited this station. Here's a picture of the old station building on the south side. The new one is definitely a glow up. I saw this Amtrak go by and I thought it was an Acela because it was so fast. Give me a break, I was only 8 years old. I also saw this Norfolk Southern train, and I didn't realize until recently how rare freight is on the Northeast Corridor. Looking at the regional rail map, you'll find Newark down here, at the bottom, all the way far away from Philadelphia. It is the furthest SEPTA station from the city, at 37 miles as the crow flies. The station features two side platforms. The northbound platform is 313 feet long, and the southbound one is 173 feet long. The northbound one is used by SEPTA and northbound Amtrak trains, while the southbound one is only used by the few southbound Amtrak trains that stop here each day. South College Avenue is the road that runs right over the station. There are two entrances from the bridge down to each platform. There's also a street entrance on both sides as well. The most notable destination near the station is the University of Delaware, a 5-minute bus ride or a 20-minute walk to the north. Its main campus is located here in central Newark. 3 Delaware DART buses stop in proximity to this station. Route 10 stops right in front of the south side entrance, while routes 33 and 46 stop at the closest on-street stop, a 5-minute walk from the station. To the southeast of the station is the University of Delaware's agriculture study area. It's very interesting to see an active farm next to this suburban train station. Walking from City Hall in Center City, Philadelphia at 5 p.m. on a weekday, it would take about 1 hour and 27 minutes to get here to Newark Station, taking SEPTA's Wilmington-Newark line. Contrastly, by car, it would take about 1 hour and 15 minutes to arrive here at the station. You can also take Amtrak from Philadelphia's 30th Street Station to Newark, but that train only runs 3 times per day, and it's much more expensive than SEPTA. But you do save time as the trip is only about 30 minutes long. The schedule at this station is pretty basic. There's trains to Philadelphia around every hour during rush hour on weekdays, and that's about it for SEPTA. As of December 2024, a one-way ticket from Newark to Center City is $7.50 with a SEPTA key card or $9 with cash. And as of December 2024, a monthly pass between Newark and Center City is $204. The station also serves Amtrak trains on the Northeast Corridor traveling from Washington, D.C. to New York City and beyond. The schedule depends on the day, but it looks like there's about 3 trains per direction per day on weekdays and 2 to 4 trains per direction on Saturday and Sundays.
Is that fast or what?
That is... It's like...
The amount of trains that actually stop at Newark is a very small fraction of the amount of trains that actually travel past Newark on the Northeast Corridor each day. The most official data from SEPTA that I could find for ridership at Newark Station was from 2017, where the station saw 318 boardings per weekday. Looking from this side of the pandemic, the most recent data that I could find on the Newark-Wilmington line's ridership recovery is that the line is at around 54% of pre-pandemic ridership. This means that if the station sees the same trends, the same ridership recovery trends as the entire line, the station gets around 172 boardings per weekday, trains only run on weekdays, in October of 2024. Since this station gets 9 inbound trains per day, that's about 20 people per train. It's probably not that spaced out. There's probably more in the morning, less in the afternoon, because people go to the city in the morning, but that's the average. So that was the SEPTA data. Let's look at the Amtrak data. This is also the least used Amtrak station in Delaware with 80 Amtrak riders per day. It's also only one of 2 Amtrak stations in the entire state, the other being Wilmington with 1,700 Amtrak riders per day. So Wilmington is poppin', while Newark is not when it comes to Amtrak. Partly because Newark only sees 3 trains, while Wilmington sees like over 30, 40 per day. But yeah, so there's the ridership data. All right, let's talk about the pros and cons of Newark Station. So pros is that it gives people and students in the Newark area the chance to take the train to the city of Philadelphia rather than having to drive and deal with all the shenanigans there. It also connects to 4 local bus routes. The station isn't too far from the university. It's like a 15 to 20 minute walk. There's plentiful parking for the many people around here who can't leave their house without a car because these types of roads are really common around here and it's really dangerous to ride a bike here or walk. The station has also recently been redone with a proper building, which was completed a few years ago. It's clean, it's nice, it's not bad, and it's a nice place to wait for the train when it's freezing in the winter or really hot in the summer. The station also gets a few Amtrak trains per day on the Northeast Corridor, which means you can get a 1-seat ride from Newark all the way up to Boston or all the way down to the Virginia Beach area. All right, let's talk about the cons as well. The closest major destination to the station is the University of Delaware, which is only a 20-minute walk away, but that's kind of a long way to walk for a lot of people. The destinations to the south of the station are not human-scaled at all. It's massive parking lots, wide roads, and just your general suburbia. So north of the station, pretty solid, a little bit long of a walk if you have a lot of luggage and stuff. And then south of the station, it's not great just because of the land use. And somehow I completely forgot to mention that trains only run hourly during rush hour on weekdays. So you definitely have to plan out when you're going to get to the station to get the train to Philly. And then you have to kind of plan out which train you can take out back to Newark, just because there's only like 5 trains in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, or the other way around, something like that. It's not a ton of service. So that definitely brings down the rating a bit.
All right, it is outro time. I give the station a 5 out of 10. It's got decent land use to the north, and it connects to major trip generators such as the university and the downtown part of Newark. It also connects to the second largest city in the Northeast Corridor by population, that city being Philadelphia. But the low frequency of both Amtrak and SEPTA services means that, along with the subpar land use to the south of the station, it takes off a lot of those points. So all that being said, do you think that you will visit Newark anytime soon? And if so, how are you planning to get there and what are you planning to do there? Let me know in the comments down below. This video is actually first in my series of 5 videos from the Philadelphia area. We also have some special guests coming on, so get subscribed to see what that's all about. Thank you very much for watching. Stay warm in this freezing northeast weather, and have a good day. Adios.